So what's going on?
Okay, so this guy has been with us for quite some time. He's an older white guy. He's real quiet. I mean, most people didn't even know he was
When
here.
you say sometime, a couple days, couple weeks?
So 2 days ago, he started acting really weird. They told us he's manic depressive and he's in manic phase. Yesterday, Brent was due. He pays by the week. He wasn't in a good place yesterday. So I said, I'll let it slide. I can get the right tomorrow, And, so I went around this morning because I turned off the lights manually. Okay. And I
You
went
mean the
over-
electricity in the unit?
No, the outdoor lights. I get up in the morning, I turn out all the lights, and I turn on the school here.
Okay.
So, anyway, his door was open. So I went over there, I said, Greg, I said, you need to come pay the rent today, you need to catch your bill. It was due yesterday. And apparently you're not supposed to talk to people when they're in manic phase, okay? I don't do this. Yeah. So he came at me, and he said, I'll pay it when I'm ready. And I said, no, Greg, I let it go yesterday.
Right.
And he followed me all the way up here to the office, okay?
Okay, so
he's here, and I'm here, banging on the counter, and he had gotten a Ring doorbell for here. I said I would like to have one. I didn't ask anybody to go out and buy it, okay? And so I gave it back to him, and I said, look, I can't accept this, because, mentally, he thinks he did something, right?
Right.
Well,
Do you also want him trespassed from here to where he can't return?
Yes.
Okay. What, how much does he owe?
Right now, I'll just let that ride. He would owe $100 for yesterday, and I just...
Okay, if he says he can pay money today, though, are you not accepting payment? He can no longer stay?
He can no longer stay.
Okay, and you're not concerned about the money?
The boss man might be concerned about it. The boss
Right,
man didn't have this huge guy right here beside me, nose to nose.
Right.
What happened then was my husband who emptied the trash for me, and he just had neck surgery.
That was your husband right there?
That was my husband.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Greg, what's going on this morning?
Debbie's aggressive and mad at me.
Okay, you guys got in a little argument?
No.
No?
The big one.
A big argument?
Yeah.
Okay. What else happened? Anything else happened?
No, they just got very aggressive, pushing me and saying, get out, you don't belong here. You're...
Okay. What's, what is the issue? What's the argument over?
Well, we were going to have a party that
Okay.
I was funding out here with all the people.
You mean in the unit or out here?
No, out here.
Okay.
And, I mean, they were involved.
Okay.
Joey, her husband, Joey, and I went out and got the barbecue. And
Okay. So how long have you been staying here?
about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
So Deborah's saying that you're past due $100.
Oh.
But their main concern right now is not necessarily the money. They want you off the property.
Yeah, I know. It's an ego issue. It's a pissing contest. If you talk to Bob, the owner.
I have not. I've only talked to Deborah. So
you need to talk to Bob.
Okay. But I want to tell you, regardless of whatever issue, she has.
I'm a senior citizen. I'm not leaving.
Okay. You're
gonna have to evict me.
So this has been your residence?
Yes.
Residence?
Yes. Paid weekly.
For 2 years?
2 years. Without a missed payment. Let me be the evidence here, okay? I've been here paying rent, cash or credit card, or always on time.
Okay, no, I understand. And
understand consistency. Like for 2 years,
right?
Every single.
Okay, so you've been living here for 2 years.
Yeah, and she's got the records to prove that the payments have been made. I've never been late.
Okay.
And I came by yesterday to make the payment, and she didn't ask me for it.
Okay.
So saying I'm late on the payment, $100, she's got a $50 deposit of mine that she won't acknowledge, and I don't care about. But she's afraid of me being an intellectual, and that I shine this light that she's a white trash woman. She knows that I'm manic depressive. I told her that when I moved in. And she says, well, you seem... And I said, well, that's because I'm depressed. I'm not going to leave here so much. I'm going to lock myself in the room and go out for chicken and come back and